This is a special edition of Lou Dobbs Tonight. News, debate, and opinion for Thursday, May 17th. Live from New York, Lou Dobbs.
Good evening, everybody. The pro-illegal alien and open borders lobby today winning what is an apparent major political victory. A bipartisan group of senators announcing a deal to give as many as 20 million illegal aliens amnesty. Opponents say that agreement sells out American citizens and sells out national security. President Bush, however, insists the deal does not give amnesty, saying the agreement delivers an immigration system that, in his words, will be secure, productive, orderly, and fair. Andrea Koppel has a report from Capitol Hill on the deal and the political battle that lies ahead. Ed Henry reporting from the White House on what is apparently a rare political victory for this president. And Lisa Sylvester reporting on how the amnesty deal could threaten our national sovereignty and security. We turn first to Andrea Koppel on Capitol Hill. Andrea?
Lou, the deal reached today came after weeks of emotional negotiations on one of the most politically divisive issues in the nation.
Politics is the art of the possible, and the agreement we just reached is the best possible chance we will have in years to secure our borders, bring millions of people out of the shadows and into the sunshine of America.
The compromise would give millions of illegal immigrants a chance to become citizens, a big victory for Democrats. But only those who arrived in the U.S. before January of this year could apply for a special visa. They'll also have to pay a fine of $5,000, and heads of households will have to return to their home country within 8 years to apply for a green card. Another key issue, how to handle guest workers whose cheap labor is considered essential in the agriculture and service industries. Under the plan, before an estimated 400,000 new workers would be allowed in each year, enforcement would have to be in place, including training an additional 18,000 Border Patrol agents and building 370 miles of fencing along the U.S.-Mexico border. Even though negotiations brought together the most liberal and the most conservative members of the Senate, some of whom voted against last year's immigration bill, both sides acknowledge this deal is a fragile one, which opponents of compromise will try to tear apart.
Please, 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 don't let the good be, or the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Already in the House, Republicans strongly opposed to offering illegal immigrants a path to citizenship, what they call amnesty, said they'd vote against it.
I think the fact that they have to keep saying this is not amnesty shows they really do know it is.
Now, the first real test of this bill's staying power could come on Monday. That is when the Senate is supposed to have a vote to cut off debate. And Lou, it's unclear whether or not Democrats and some Republicans have the 60 votes necessary to do so. Lou?
Cut off debate before they debate?
Well, there'll be a full day of debate, I'm sure, before the actual vote.
You know, this is, you gotta love this. It doesn't seem to matter whether the Democrats lead Congress or the Republicans. Here we are talking about one of the largest bills, if it approximates anything compared to the one last year, which not a single senator, as best we could determine, ever read, prepared to cut off debate by Monday and move ahead with a vote. I mean, that's just, is that not at the very least unseemly and irresponsible?
There were a number of senators who said that they weren't expecting a lot of members to read the bill, but one of the reasons they wanted to get it to them today, Lou, is so that they would have several days in which they could go through it.
You know, I don't care what side of this debate anyone in this country, any citizen is on. People have to be aghast that senators, U.S. senators, would not even read the legislation that they are moving forward to a vote. It's extraordinary. You may be somewhat inured to it, covering the Hill, Andrea, but the rest of us are a little bit shocked by that kind of behavior and conduct. Andrea, thank you very much. Andrea Koppel.